Namaskara and a very good evening. We have today with us Srimati Mallika Badrinath. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, Shreyas.
Cool. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, how's your quarantine going on?
Everything, I'm having more time. So I'm doing my exercise, I'm doing my reading, lots of live sessions. Everything is going on smoothly. Only thing, I'm not stepping out of the house, that's all.
Absolutely, ma'am. We are following government's rules, and that's what we have to do. That's the best thing all of us are doing as responsible
Yeah.
citizens. Right. Okay, I'm not going to delay further, and we're going to start off with today's interview. A very good evening to everyone. My name is Shreyas. I'm an entrepreneur, and my passion is to connect well-being with different artists, professionals, and chefs. And today we have with us Srimati Malika Badrinath. She is an humble celebrity and a cookbook author, and she's also known as the pride of South India. And as all of you, all the Indian ladies know about Miss Malika, I'm just going to give a short intro about ma'am today. She's a bachelor. She's done a bachelor of home science. She's the author of 32 cookery books, and articles are being published in various regional magazines. She started her first cookery show in Door Darshan and then in Sun TV and Jaya TV, because those days Door Darshan was the only channel where people used to do. And as I can tell you all, old is gold. That is the most important thing. And she also has a YouTube channel known as Malika Veetu Samiyal, and she's also received many awards like Priyadarshi Award, Mahila Ratna Award, and Acharya Award, and much more. Currently, her main passion is to give recipes with a healthy twist, like millets and less oil cooking. I welcome you to my interview, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining with me on this.
Yes, Shreyas, thank you. Pleasure is mine, ma.
Okay, ma'am. So to start off with today, we are going to take you through. I'm going to start sharing the screen where I'm going to show you about Mrs. Malika Badrinath a little bit. So yes, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, I think it is clear to you, ma'am. I think you can see the screen, and
Yeah, I'm able to see the screen.
so, guys, if you just type out on Google Malika Badrinath here, you can find out about ma'am, her YouTube videos, and it is known as Malika's Cookery. It is known as Malika Veetu Samiyal, and please do check out for healthy dishes and yummy dishes, because she has many things. And recently, ma'am, I'd like to tell you something. You made this ragi. Sorry, I mean the garlic murku. I really love the recipe, and I really want to
Okay.
try it out.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Right. So was it something like really you discovered, or did you know about the recipe? You tried out the
Yeah, yeah.
garlic cocoa.
I have written a book for that complete murku mixture itself. 100 recipes I have given in a separate book.
Okay.
So lots of varieties are there.
Okay, wonderful. So ma'am is known for vegetarian and South Indian food, and as you can know that ma'am is she has Malika home products as well, and it's in Poes Garden, Tenampet. Please do contact ma'am and feel free. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I'm now going to share the screen further. We're going to start off with the conversation for today evening, and
Yes, ma'am.
moving on to the very first question of this interview today. I would like you to describe your transition from a homemaker to a chef today.
Okay. See, when before my marriage, I was in a joint family. There were almost 24, 25 people. I'm talking about 43 years before, because, I got married in the year 1977. Okay.
Okay.
Born in the year 1957. I got married in the year 77. Before that, it was a joint family system. Those days, we'll have a limited cookery because of the joint family. Whatever we cook every day, that only will be there. But because I did my home science there, after marriage, I have to start my cooking. That's why I started writing from the notebooks of from my chitti, another Periyamma, and Attaya. From all of them, I was writing recipes.
Right.
Those days, we never used to, get the recipes like this. Before and all, very few cookery shows will be there in the Door Darshan. And only that time of my marriage, that time color TV itself came.
Yes.
Okay, before that there was just only a black and white, and
Right.
the color TV came at that time only, and then the Doordarshan only was there. Just because I have to cook by myself after my marriage, I started writing notes and it went on up to some 10 notebooks or something like that. That was my basic guidance after marriage to start my cooking. Okay. And I was doing lots of cooking, my whatever my mother-in-law taught initially, and after that, one by one I started making from my cookery books whatever I have written down, written notes. And after, sometime when I started moving with people in Poyas Garden, my neighbors, we started one ex-Nora, that is to keep that area clean. And I was moving with lots of people. I had lots of friends here. So I started taking recipes from them also. I started doing every day. My husband used to travel a lot because he's a chartered accountant. What I will do, when he comes from his travel, continuous 30, 40 days also, he won't be here. So I used to try to give the maximum best by preparing different dishes. And we used to go to hotels on Sundays. So whatever available in the hotel, I wanted to give it here in the house also. So I was doing lots of things, and his friends also, when he come, they also used to like it. One day, I was searching for a recipe from my notebook. So I was searching. Before that, I was preparing that, and I don't know where it is like that and all, Then I thought one fine day, I started compiling the recipes in heading wise, so that it will be very much easier. The first one I was writing was side dishes. Okay, so whatever vegetables are in the house, when I want to prepare a chana masala, so I can pick up from my notebook. That is the idea, behind that. But when I was writing, my husband asked me, "What are you writing?" I told him that I'm compiling the recipes, whatever I have cooked or whatever I have in my notebooks, so that it will be easier for me. Then he said, "Why not we publish this as a book and then give it to our friends?" It was not at all, like a business motive at all initially. And we, compiled a book. It is, called as 100 Vegetarian Gravies in English. Being an Arya Vaishya, I was a committee member in Tamil Nadu Arya Vaishya Mahila Sabha. I asked them to publish the book in our carnival day, on our carnival day. And Mr. Ega Venkatachalam only released my first cookbook, that vegetarian gravies. And I did one small demo also on that day. And to my surprise, all my friends who bought that book that day, and after that also, they started giving me feedback. Every day they will call, one person will call and then tell my Malika, I made marakari, it came out very well. I made this, it was so nice.
Yeah.
And this thing was very simple and very tasty. They started giving me the feedback and they were encouraging me. You won't believe, all the 1,000 books which I printed without giving anywhere outside, it was sold through friends circle itself. Okay. They bought lots of books of mine and they started presenting to their friends. And they wanted me to do a demonstration in their other clubs like Lions Club, Rotary Club and all. So when I did the demonstration there, people bought my cookbooks also. So like that, it was sold within 3 months. And after that, we reprinted the book. And every year I started writing one cookbook only. So from that time, 1988, I released my first cookbook. And till now, I have some 30 books on my credit.
Yes.
But that television show also, once I went with my chitti to Door Darshan. That time my chitti, she came from Rajapalayam and somebody was known there for her, and she was asking for a demo there. And that lady told me also to do a demo that day. So I did my cookery demo first time in Door Darshan. And those days, it is Mane Makshi, and once in a week only it will come. And there was a rule, if you come in one show, another 3 months you won't be able to participate in that same show. Okay, that was the rule that time. And they shooted one show, but unfortunately, when they telecasted that, the total power cut in Tamil Nadu, and that day it didn't come at all. And all my friends and all, what happened, it didn't come. They were asking me.
I mean, that would have been a big shock, right? That's something.
Yeah. But, after that, in many channels, they started asking me. But books and all, if I tell, there is a very big story behind that, how I started marketing it all. If you want, I will tell you that also.
Absolutely. We'll be moving on to that as well. Before moving on to the next few questions, I'm going to show something to ma'am as well. I hope she feels happy. So yes, we are. The chutney varieties. This is a book of Malika ma'am. And yes, this is something which my mom bought from you like a few years back. She bought a couple of books as well. over here, so you can have a look. Everyone, we just got some. We have vegetarian gravies, one book. So these are something like close to more than 4 5 year old books, ma'am. I mean, very old books, and yet my mom
Okay.
maintains it, and we still use recipes at home, guys. And I'm
Okay.
going to show you something which ma'am had recently mentioned. This is what she completely believes in, right? So here we go. Wishful cooking made a reality. You can see the line over here. That is what ma'am believes in. So what you wish, what you like to do, that is what brings about reality, and that is where the ruchi we call in Telugu. That is where the taste lies within it. Am I right, ma'am? Absolutely.
Yeah, that is my motto.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely, ma'am.
Okay.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. So please tell me who has been your biggest inspiration in life.
my inspiration, huh? Uh, there is not something like that, no inspiration and all in my life before. I just like that everything I started by myself, and it was all accident. I didn't want to become a culinary expert. I didn't want to become famous. I didn't know anything about that. Being, my family, they are very much orthodox, and they never allowed us to go out alone also. But everything came
Right.
to me at my doorstep. Somehow, it came to me. When the first cookbook, when I wrote, that time Door Darshan, just I did one show only. No, after that I just kept quiet. When they called me once in 3 months, I used to do one recipe in Mane Makshi. That's all.
That,
But when Sun TV started, I that time I had written some 3 or 4 cookbooks.
okay.
I took the books, and I met one Mr. Suresh Chakravarti, who was the head there, and I showed him. Still, there is no cookery show started in your television. If you want, I will do some shows, sir. That's what I asked him. Then he accepted, and then he was very encouraging, and they started, because it was the initial stage. They had lots of, that camera, the other things will be a problem. My children were very small, and they used to come home. Here they will shoot, and then one episode only they will shoot and go. Like that, I did some 11 episodes. But
Wonderful.
afterwards, there was some problem in the house. My father-in-law became sick, and I was not able to continue that, and we stopped it. And then after 1 year, in the same Sun TV, Unga Manasukku Pidichadu Mattam, that was started by Shanti Balraman, Pans Balraman.
Okay.
That she asked me to do in that, and she came home. They used to shoot from morning 8 to night 8. One day itself, I'll be giving some 15, 16 recipes. Okay, so it went on for quite a few years. It was telecasted on Saturdays afternoon, but that was a big hit. And in it, I was not only person who was doing that show. And one recipe will be mine, one recipe will be some other person. And suddenly one day from Jaya TV, they called me to come, and they asked me to do a special show for Diwali. That is 10 days, 10 episodes. That is every day one sweet and one savory. Our traditional sweets and savories. Okay, for example, laddu, bundi, something like that, and all, sweet and savory. And they had a set in Birampuram, Delita Madam's residence, and they shooted there. It's called as Tittikum Diwali. 10 days, it was telecasted just before Diwali, and that was a very big hit. And lots of letters came, and everybody appreciated. And I myself, that was a very big transition. And then they called me to do a show there. They said it is going to be exclusively your show, and whatever you want, you can cook. We will not interfere the headings also. So they gave an opportunity. But to say frankly, I was not paid at all, but I was not bothered at that time. But it made me, quite famous. And I asked just one thing. At the end, I will ask one question. And those who answered that, I will pick some few letters and send my cookbooks as gifts. And they allowed, and they gave, just that 1 minute to show my book. And whoever is selected, their name will be shown there. And lots of letters came, and my books also became very famous. I became very busy, and it was a very big hit. And that's where I become still famous, and my books also started selling fast. Every year one cookbook, like that it was going on.
Ever since childhood, I've ever thought that yes, I need to at least try Malika ma'am's food once because I have never had home food. I've tried and this one. So one day I would like to surely visit you and have your food and try out all your favorite dishes. And that is my greatest wish in life.
Anytime you are welcome, yeah.
Thank you.
I don't mind.
Thank you,
You
ma'am.
yourself can try lots of dishes.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to learn from you, ma'am. That is the best thing I'm going to do so that I can start making. Right.
Okay, you can learn from me. You can start from my book also. No problem. My children
Absolutely.
and all, they never learned from me. When they went abroad, they took my books. They started from that book only. They started cooking. And my son used to say, "Mommy, when I start doing within 1 year, we finished almost that side dishes book completely, and now we are able to do our own whatever combination. It comes out easily. That is why that is what where youngsters started believing when
Right.
they do everything, they'll be able to do by themselves.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's true.
Mhm.
So, moving on to the next question. What is your opinion about the TV channels which conduct these cookery shows those days? Like you were telling about Door Darshan, Sun TV, and something, which was the most
Yeah,
recent one. And those days it used to be there. We used to not have this Instagram, Facebook Live, and everything. And how do you compare it to the present advancement in technology which has been brought about? You have Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube, you have live, then in fact you have
yeah.
started your own channel. What is your opinion and how do you compare it between both the eras?
No comparison at all. That is completely different. So when I went to first initially Doordarshan, there will be only two cameras. One will be on close up, one will be at broad this thing. And
Okay.
they used to say from that to cut means we have to cut, or I will tell them here we need to cut, and then they will cut it, and then mixing and all will happen. Afterwards, when we wash our hands, they will start again, and it will go on. And
So,
now in Jaya TV, they have some 7 camera setup, okay, including the trolley shot and everything.
okay.
That what a difference, Now we have a huge set, and the work, it is very fast. It is very fast for them
Absolutely.
also and for us also. It saves lots of time. But this YouTube channel, even few years before when I did this Malika's Cookery, somebody else came and we used to have shooting in the house. From
Okay.
morning till evening, I used to prepare some 10 dishes, 10 episodes. They will take it and they will do the editing and all, they will post it. But now, because of these smartphones, we are able to shoot it using an Apple iPhone itself, and we are able to edit by ourselves, and we are able to communicate with people whatever they are asking, the questions. And that technology, really, it is amazing. And nowadays it has become, such a passion to so many people, even youngsters, small cuties, 5 years, 7 years and all, they started cooking in the YouTube channel.
Absolutely,
uh,
ma'am. I know.
yeah,
Let's take example for Vinusha, who the young 10-year-old chef and CEO of
yeah,
Overseas in Space. In fact, I'm also going to go on live with her someday. And I was telling last time to one of the chefs that at such a young
uh,
age, some young talented kids are there who are doing this, and I mean better than all of us today, right? Absolutely.
it's all they get motivated easily.
Yes,
And when they see themselves in the channel, and when it is spread to everybody, when they become, famous, that gives more motivation to them to do more and more. That's it.
absolutely, ma'am. That's right. So the next question: how do you feel vegan food is superior in terms of nutrition, taste, and flavor?
Okay, that all depends upon your decision. Vegan food, if you decided that you don't want any animal food, that is your decision. But
Yes.
you can make it healthy, no problem. Whatever is available, especially in India, it is very easy because we have a number of dals, pulses, legumes, and whatnot. Even cereals, what we have, nobody else is having. Even the rice flakes and everything, we have a variety, and definitely we can make lots of dishes. Being a if you select you want to be a vegan, definitely it is possible, and it is very easy also in India.
Could you please share us some struggles in life which you have gone through, and what have you done to overcome it in a very easy way?
Okay. Struggles, initially anything when you start a business, it is going to be very difficult only. Those days, when I wrote my cookbook, my husband used to help me in everything from taking photograph on the cover page along with his friend. They used to shoot it. And being a chartered accountant, he has his own office here. And the staff whom he had, he used to send it to the bookshop. Initially, we were giving it only bookshops. And in bookshops and all, they will not pay so easily. They initially they say, okay, you keep it and go. We will see if it gets sold. We will give the money. That is the thing they used to say. In some places, some of them, 1 year also they will not give. They will. They want when the stocks are gone, they will ask for again. And when you keep on supplying, they will not pay also. They say, okay, March ending we will give, and that gets piled up. And in many places, we didn't receive money also. That was really a difficult
Absolutely.
problem we had. And to overcome that, I had a thought, suddenly when I went to a supermarket in Bitan when they started, I asked him, why not we keep the cookery books here for sale, sir? So many people are coming to buy the provisions, and why not we have? And he accepted, and he gave a wonderful, good place near the billing counter.
Yes.
And many people, when they were standing near the billing queue, they picked up my book and then they kept it for billing. And that's how, it started selling fast. And many people, many other department stores, when they open, they asked me to give their books. That's how it was selling more. And outstations and all, so many people, they started asking, and it went on, the sales was picking up very well. But mine was the top selling in the south
Yes.
compared to other books. Mine was top selling.
Absolutely, ma'am. So moving on to the next question, that is the reason I share the screen. How do you source your spices for Malika home products?
I know, actually, our home products we ran successfully for 20 years. Very recently, we stopped it last year.
Okay.
Uh, and because, both of us wanted to, my husband especially wanted to retire, so we stopped it. Everything wholesale only we buy. That is also, he has lots of shops in town. They will procure it there only because ours was a very limited. Only for Chennai we were catering. And Red
Absolutely.
Hills, we had a factory, our own factory. From
Okay.
there, they used to manufacture and everything, formula. And I will teach them how to roast it, how to pulverize it, the formula wise. And she will ask me if it is 100 kilos means how much will be given. And when she divides it, she has to approve from me, and then whether it is correct or not, and then they have to carry it on. And every batch, even if I don't go, that sample will come home. I have to prepare it and then adjust the seasoning. Sometimes, the red chilies will be very much spicy. Sometimes salt will be very salty. We may not know. And each batch we have to test it by ourselves and adjust. And then only we have to pack it. So I was going twice a week only to the factory. Before, when we had in India, I used to go every day in the afternoon. But once we constructed, it was in Red Hills, it was quite far away, and I used to go twice in a week only. And my husband used to manage both, marketing and the procuring
Absolutely.
the raw material and
Because he
even
is
the
quite well
tamarind powder
talented.
and all. Huh?
Mr.
Yeah,
Badrinath is quite well talented in that, at that point of time.
yeah, yeah.
Hats off to him.
The business is in him. Business is in him.
Absolutely.
I am a creative person. That's all.
Right.
I'm not a business person.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes. So, how do you balance all the ingredients in a recipe? Because today, while making a recipe quite delicious and ensuring that the taste is also good, how do you balance it out in the right way?
How to balance it? It comes to you automatically, ma. Uh,
Okay.
because of experience, it comes to you automatically. So, what time you have to put the salt and how much quantity and all those things, it comes to you automatically. And from the beginning, I never thought I had any talent or anything. Just like that, I started. But whoever bought that books, they felt useful because they said everything came out well. That balancing automatic, I think I have some inner this thing which made me all those things. That's all I should say.
Absolutely, ma'am. That's very much true.
Uh,
Please tell us, have you ever conducted any workshops in Indian hotel management institutes before?
I have done lots of demonstrations, outstations, like
Okay.
lots of ladies club. When they call me, lots of demonstrations, some interaction session and all I was doing. Uh,
Okay.
in some places they will, one full day also they will have a morning session. There will be some cookery contest. After that, my demonstration and afternoon lunch will be there, and after that interaction will be there. Full day I used to go there. I have been to many places like that, lots of places. But generally, the term chef, what you say, it is not for me or whoever is doing the cooking. Chef means you have to study a lot for that hotel management. You have to do that chef to reach that chef level itself. There are different stages. So just like that, we are not supposed to call anybody as chef. That is the wrong thing nowadays. So many people are doing. That
Absolutely.
is a different this thing. You can call us as cookery expert or culinary expert or whatever it is. But lots of things which is unforgettable. Once uh, from different countries, from Germany, some 10 of them came, and I did a workshop here for them.
Wonderful.
All of them are in the cookery field, and they wanted to learn our Indian cooking. So did some demonstration here, and after that they all ate here and then went. It was very interesting for them. They unless they see in person, they will not be able to understand our cooking. And when I went to US, I did demonstration in lots of places. It was a tour for 45 days. I did lots of demonstrations there for our Indians who came there, and some of them foreigners also were there. Like that, it goes on. Yeah, my journey was it was very interesting, and I went lots of places.
You have had a very long journey in life and a very fun and interesting one, which has made you happy today. And that is what has made you quite famous to this position today, which you are right now, ma'am. And I believe in that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Not only that, I am very happy about so many other things here, because I wanted to share. I want to share some more with you. Like when I wrote my Murku book,
Okay.
somebody from Thoothukudi, they called me and they said, "Madam, we are using your cookery books. We are able to make lots of recipes, new recipes, and the shop people, when we give them more varieties, they are very happy, and our income has increased because of that. And we are almost some 20 families are in this business. Very happy, madam. Thanks a lot, madam." That was the feedback. And my soup book, when I wrote, many people, for a small scale, they used to prepare different soups at a small stall, and they will sell it. And they also used to thank me, "Madam, I'm selling this soup. I use your books only, and thanks a lot. It is my extra income for me, I made." And I used to wonder, in many places when I go, even during travel train, I met somebody youngsters like you. He told me, "Ma'am, I have started one hotel. You should come and visit me." He invited me once. I asked me,
Oh,
why, what is that? No, no. We used to have that business lunch in the afternoon. For that, generally, we used to give only selected like puliyodare, tair sadam, and lemon rice, mango rice, like that and all. But after seeing your cookbook, we got motivated, and we used to give different rice varieties like carrot rice and cabbage rice. You have given lots of other biryani pulao varieties, and I changed my menu, and everybody appreciates me a lot. And you should visit me once, he said. So like this, endless. I can talk a lot. I'm very happy that to make income for somebody, my books are being used. What else I need? The satisfaction is something I can't express. Okay.
absolutely, ma'am. That is something quite different. And also meeting unknown people and people appreciating about you is something very different. In fact, I seek as an inspiration from you as a role model like you. And I believe I can also sometime pursue in my career to become like you sometime in the future and also guide over young aspirants in the youth. Right. So
Okay, ma'am. All the best.
absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much on that. Uh, Now I request you to tell about your show, the recent one which you're doing, the Veetu Samiyal, the Malika Badrinath Veetu Samiyal.
Yes. Actually, I told first I did Malika's Cookery for quite a few years, and India Glitz, they came and they shooted, but I couldn't communicate with people, that time, because I was busy in my own way also. And
Yes.
now, because we started it by our own, every day I'm doing one recipe, and my husband shoots it, and he will edit, and I have to see that again after he edited whether it is correct or not, and then I start adding ingredients or whatever it is, and he will upload it. And it is very interesting every day. It has become part and parcel of my life now. Every day I used to do one recipe, and then that's it. Either in the morning, sometimes early in the morning we will do, sometimes around 12:30. If it is lunch, we'll do it around 12:30. If it is breakfast, whatever I'm cooking for my house itself, we are shooting. No, so
Okay.
I am preparing from my book so many dishes. And night dinner means evening he will shoot around 7:30. Uh, I am doing more from my book only now. But in Jaya TV and other television shows, I used to do lots of innovative things apart from my cookbook. That and all. Still, I'm not doing it this because I want the basics to be given initially, and then that mix and match and extra things that about health and all. I speak a lot. I try to combine. If it's an iron-rich food, what all should be combined, and to iron gets absorbed, we need vitamin C. That also I try to see added in that same food, or along with that we should provide all those things, that health related things. I start speaking in channels, but not in YouTube, because here they want very much small video, 4 or 5 minutes with less talk, and that is what people are interested in. That is a very big difference. To reduce my talk, it's very difficult to me nowadays.
Right, ma'am. That's very much true. And here you have, there's something everyone you need to know about. Ma'am's excellent jugaad of making the most complex recipe quite simple. How do you do that, ma'am? Because today, whenever we see a recipe, right, we think, okay, let's do this idli, dosa means rava idli, and we will do it very easily. But when we see something very complex, oh God, this much is there, that one is there, people get scared. How do we do it? How to do that? But when I got to know the most complex recipes, you have made it quite easy. And could you please tell us and the audience that how they can do it and follow your steps?
Yeah, that is very easy only. Actually, I give lots of tips, because of the experience. I have undergone, so many years of this journey. Uh, to perfect one recipe, I should have got failure before that so many times, especially sweets, puddings, and all those things. To make one Mysore pak perfect, I would have tried it so many times. So I tell all the tips, so that those who are new to that, they can do wonderfully well by seeing just once. Okay, because it has lots of other steps. If you are a beginner, you may not know that, but I know what a beginner need. So I tell all the steps, and they are able to follow it, and they are able to come to a success in the first attempt itself. So I have got that feedback from lots of people. Whatever I learned through trial and error, when I share, and I'm able to convey that when you take this vessel, it will not come. When you do reduce the sugar, it will not come. When you reduce the ghee, it will not come. Like that, I can give lots of tips. So that makes them understand and do it perfectly okay in the first attempt itself. Okay.
Absolutely, ma'am. That's true. Ma'am, could you please tell us and share a little bit about your early life in Salem? That is where you have been born and brought up, I believe. So could
Yeah,
you
yeah.
please share a little bit about your mom, your dad, and how did they bring you up, and today how you are? Because today, everyone, guys, please
uh,
listen to this. Today, if you are here, it is all because of our parents that we are here today.
yeah, that's true.
That is very, very important.
My
We follow
uh,
three steps: Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam, and that is the
yes,
main
ma'am.
reason we take up every step. Today, if I'm here, it is because of my parents that I'm here today, and if I'm going to pursue
Yeah,
myself in the future. So I request you to share, ma'am.
yeah, definitely. My father's name is Bagari Chetty. My
Okay.
mother is Sumati. We used to call her Srimati also. And we lived in a joint family. My grandfather is Srinivas Chetty.
Okay.
When till my marriage, until I got my first son, they were in the joint family.
Yes.
But joint family means initially it used to be, we'll have the dining table in a row. So when men and all they come, they sit at a row, and when they finish, the children will come and they will sit, at the different
Absolutely.
fixed places. And
Right.
after that, ladies will eat like that. That used to be a very huge kitchen, and there used to be two kitchens, one for separately for preparing dosa and all to serve at hot, ladies will be doing that. Cook who used to be there, who will cook inside. So it was something totally different experience. Those days, it was something. Our house used to be like a pediatric ward. We used to say
So do
like
you
that.
still have that house in Salem? That house is still there in
No,
Salem?
no, they demolished and then constructed. And when I was in 10th standard, the kitchens they started separating.
Oh,
4, 5 separate kitchens were there. My grandmother and grandfather they used to have a small kitchen, and
wonderful.
all the others separate kitchen only. And
Okay.
because of the huge house, for everybody there used to be one cook and one assistant. To the one small girl will be there, some 10 to 12 years, who will come. To help to bring so many things from there, because those days the children when they are small, for me, for my elder brother and for myself, just 1 year and 3 months difference, and for me and my younger brother another 1.5 year difference, like that. When there are 4 children of
Absolutely.
small children, it used to be very difficult. So they used to have one assistant for everybody to bring this that and all.
Yes,
That was
absolutely.
a different thing. But my mother, she will cook wonderfully well.
Yeah.
Even though the cook was there, she used to sit there and she will teach each and every step. Especially whenever, even now, my mother, I lost my mother 10 years before.
So
Even
sorry.
now, when I prepare my more urunda kodambu, I will think my mother. Nothing like her recipe. She used to sit there and she will make that balls, perfectly well, and it used to be very soft. At the same time, it will not break. And all those tips, they used to say. Only thing is some people, they will not share. We have to see them doing, and then we have to learn. Like that, I have learned lots of recipes from one Mysore Baku, one of my friends' mom. She taught me. So my each and every recipe has a story behind it. From whom I got and how I got everything used to be there. But thanks for the joint family. All my aunts and everybody was so sweet. And even now, I'm in touch with everybody, all my cousins and everybody, mother's side and father's side also.
Wonderful.
And being, very jovial person, I like to be friendly with everybody. I have lots of friends, lots of friends. Even when I travel also, those who are unknown to me also, when they are known to, they know me, they will come and speak. I
Yes,
become
I
a
find
friend
it. In
easily.
fact, just in a few days only, it was just 2 days since I spoke to ma'am, and she's quite friendly and humble. I've never found someone like that before. Because anytime I
Okay.
speak to few speakers, people are quite serious, and then I need to find myself. Oh, okay, I need to control myself. Oh God, I need to at least. Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. I find that this one. What do you mean to say? Sometimes I find scared to call them and message them sometimes. I think I should give them some space. But yes, ma'am is
Okay.
so good, and thank you so much, ma'am, for being very humble. And I
Okay.
believe everyone should be like ma'am. And in fact, this is the best way to develop peer relationship with each other. And one more thing
Yeah.
about your early life. So
Uh,
you to those days, I believe everything was traditional. I believe even that dosa which they used to make used to
yeah.
be that kal, right? That dosa kal, black
Yeah.
color
Yeah.
stone. So
Yeah.
when you were a kid, did you start learning over those things that today have you like one way it has benefited you?
No, no. Even now, for TV shows, I use the non-stick vessels and other things. But in the house, what we use in the kitchen is all the traditional vessels only. That we can't show. All the vessels we can't show in the television because it will not look nice. What you
Absolutely.
are using inside. So I have separate vessels for television.
Absolutely.
For home cooking, we have a separate one. But even now, we feel those vessels are the best. Okay, our iron dosakal is the best even now. And we have everything, including what we call it as Rukmini cooker, which our grandparents, grandmother used to take it for travel. That also we have in the house. So it's
Wonderful.
something a treasure. We are not supposed to give it off to somebody. All those things we shouldn't forget also. Uh, our traditional that vessels and other things also. Still, I have. I have a cake oven which is to be very small, which we have to keep it on the gas stove. When I initially learned, I used to do in that only. That time it was just 100 rupees. That's still small one. Still, I have kept it separately. Even though now we are, after that we are round oven came, box oven came, and now microwave oven with convection mode and all those things. Nowadays oven, there are so many latest this thing
Yes,
has
ma'am.
come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we have the transition period. We have traveled a lot, almost 42 years of experience in this cookery field. So I have used many of them, and even now the latest I want to be in touch because of this the social media and other things. We have to keep ourselves knowledgeable to race in this. That's what I feel.
Absolutely.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So, in the present situation of this COVID 19, today, the global pandemic which we all are going through,
Yes.
what is your advice to each and every household and
Yeah.
kitchens in different five-star hotels and restaurants to follow as a safety measure while cooking food?
Yes, ma'am. Whatever what we are doing in our house, just I want to tell So uh, before that itself, our ancestors has taught us whenever you go out, as soon as you enter in your house, we have to wash your feet and legs, and then only we should enter.
Yes,
We got practice from childhood to that those things, And we have to leave our slippers at one place. We have to wash our this thing, and then only we have to enter. And drinking everything, we used to have separate plates. Even now, where we have that way, we follow that, each and everybody will have their own plates and tumblers, and that is the best thing, we are not supposed to drink others this thing when they sip and drink, even though some people they drink it like that, but I'm not for that. Other things, mornings, early morning, while brushing itself, I am goggling myself with the hot water to which little salt is added. And I'm doing my breathing exercise regularly nowadays to be
wonderful.
precautious. All the breathing exercises so that to keep your lungs and nose, everything is clear. And we started drinking hot water. And we are drinking that kashayam once in 3-4 days. That kapasura kudineer also we are drinking to take care of ourselves. Even that nilavembu kudineer. And I try to include all the 6
Yes,
tastes in my food, I know small tips like pudina kashayam and pudina, you have to eat it raw to, make you all right. And all the 6 tastes means that bitterness and that astringent is very much necessary. That also we have to include so that you will be healthy. All those things I am following. Even now to keep others healthy also. Apart from that, our positive thinking is very much important. That's what I
yes,
feel.
ma'am.
See, when you are positive, when you think, okay, this will also will go in some, it is passing. Okay, we have to be strong enough to keep us healthy. At the same time, positive thoughts will give positive vibrations. And when you spread that positive vibrations to everybody, that itself will give you, your all the hormones will
Good vibration
uh,
within you.
secrete properly, and you will be quite healthy. See, I am 63 years old. My husband is 65 years old. Till now, we don't have any health issues, neither health issues like diabetes or disorders, what we call it as. Uh,
Wonderful.
we are keeping ourselves fine. Exercise is must, and I'm doing my exercise and yoga asanas and all those things, stretches. Everything together only it makes you healthy. Our diet, and we will not eat more also. We never get tempted to eat more and more. So that is where everything lies. Okay. That the
Absolutely.
same thing I think I want to tell you everybody also. You should
Yes.
set an example to others. Okay.
Yes, that's very much important. And I personally also feel that avoiding outside food for the next few months is very, very important. And let's have
Yes.
home food because that is only the best food at what we can get from our own mothers and fathers' hand. And there's nothing much
Yes.
more delicious compared to that. So, moving on to the very next question, what is your advice to the present young generation who pursue over this profession?
Okay. I want to tell them, uh, especially this junk food culture, what we call it as, I'm not against any other country's food or anything, but
Yes,
you can have, but once in a while. At least once in a week, you should have a day to taste or eat other country food. But always we should try to eat more vegetables and fruits from childhood to make us healthy. Then only we'll get all the nutrients, especially vitamins and minerals. and certain foods people just avoid it. We should have a variety. You should select it in such a way. We have try to eat all the tastes and all the that is, I mean, pulses and legumes. We should have variety, and even the dals. We should have different varieties of dals. We should try to include on our
Absolutely.
this thing. Yeah, all the vegetables we should try to eat and combine it in such a way wisely. And I try to eat sprouts. That is very much important to keep you, your gut health properly, and your vitamin C and protein to balance everything. We need to follow certain things. But lots of people, they don't give importance to all those things. They don't know the hindering factors. They just like that eat lots of sweets. They try to drink lots of coffee and tea or coke or whatever it is. That is going to be a very big problem in future for them. At least the youngsters who are now, I'm really worried about them. My son, my sons are all okay. But the grandchildren, when they come, they are very fussy in eating lots of things.
Yes.
And what will happen to their next generation? That's what it's a very big question mark. If you are healthy, your children will be healthy and their children will be healthy. That is how it should go. Whether boys or girls or whoever it is, especially girls nowadays, I see anemic people are lots and lots of ladies are having anemia. And I'm really worried, when they are married, when they give birth to a child, and the child will not be that much healthy because the oxygen supply won't be proper, and the child will not have they will have lots of allergies from childhood, and all those things will be there without knowing that it is because of the food they have avoided lots of foods. So they
Absolutely.
should educate themselves and try to follow properly to keep healthy, to keep fit, at the same time make others also to follow their steps.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's very, very important. So, as we're going to end this conversation for today, we're going to move on to the very next question. In future, in the near future, how are you planning to expand your recipes digitally?
Digitally, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
If somebody, youngsters like you, if you all help me, I will be able to do it, yeah. uh,
True, ma'am.
Digitally, yeah, I wanted to bring e-books and all. Nowadays, everybody is so innovative. They are doing lots of things.
Yes,
But being, the younger generation are not with us. We are not able to do it so efficiently because you all study the digital marketing, digital and all those things. I am trying to learn. Only now I am learning to do live in Insta, to do so many things. These Zoom meetings are
absolutely,
helping.
ma'am.
Yeah, youngsters, those who are coming in touch with me, I'm learning a lot from you all.
Sure,
Okay.
ma'am. And I would personally volunteer myself to help you and also guide you
Uh,
in social media if you can get that wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much on that.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. I actually, I want so many. I'm meeting lots of people like you, yeah. So I'm in touch with them, and I'm learning a lot from each and everybody.
Oh,
uh,
that's so nice to
yeah,
hear that the current youth is in good contact with you, and that's the best way we can grow within ourselves because that's the only way that we have to develop our postmodernism a little bit. And
yeah, yeah. There are lots of youngsters who are in this nutrition field.
yes,
They're all coming in touch with me because of this Instagram. So I'm very much happy to share my knowledge with them, and I'm trying to learn a lot from them also.
very nice to hear on that, ma'am. And thank you so much for today's beautiful conversation. It was so nice talking to you and interacting with you. And in fact, I got to know a lot about you. And in fact, in the future, I would like to have you as one of my role models to develop over my
Yes,
career
yes.
and pursue, and also meet you soon. Thank you so much on that.
Okay, thanks a lot, Shreyas, for giving me this opportunity. I want to learn a lot from you also.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you so much. I'm privileged to do that. Thank you so much on that.
Okay, ma.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Uh,
ma'am.